Om Shri Sai Ram. In this session, we are going to discuss about properties of complex number with respect to addition. And before that, we are going to talk about subtraction of complex numbers. In the previous class, as we learned that addition of complex numbers, and in the same manner we are going to subtract complex numbers. Let us see how we are going to do subtraction of complex number. Here I have considered that Z1 as A plus Bi and Z2 is C plus Di. Those are the two complex number, and that can be represented by the points A comma B and C comma B respectively. And subtraction of this can be represented as Z1 minus Z2. Z1 minus Z2 can be written as, what is Z1? Z1 is A plus Bi minus Z2 is C plus Di. With this, we have to subtract real part and imaginary parts separately. The corresponding real parts and imaginary parts we have to done separately. Then it gives the subtraction of complex number. See that this we can done it by here A is the real part and the corresponding real part in other complex number Z2 is C. So we have to do the subtraction of corresponding real and imaginary parts respectively. So if you do so, this A plus Bi and you just multiply this minus to this complex number, it becomes minus C plus minus into plus becomes minus Di. Now what you can do in the next step is you just you group the real parts as well as imaginary parts. From these two terms you can take I common. So you will get A minus C with this plus B minus Di, and that gives the subtraction of two complex numbers. And that this is also a complex number, right? See, the real part is here A minus C and the imaginary part is B minus D, and this can be represented by the point A minus C, B minus D. Therefore, the difference Z2 minus Z1 minus Z2 is represented by the point A minus C, comma B minus D. See, thus we can subtract the two complex number. How we can do that is, we can subtract the corresponding real and imaginary parts separately. Then only we can able to find the subtraction of complex number. So we have to done in separately. That is real parts and imaginary parts. We have to subtract real parts separate and imaginary parts separate. So so that we can find the subtraction of two complex numbers. Here example is, find Z1 minus Z2, and given that Z1 is 3 minus 4i and Z2 is minus 3 plus 7i. So let us find Z1 minus Z2. Z1 minus Z2 is equal to, Z1 is 3 minus 4i minus Z2 is minus 3 plus 7i. How we can done the subtraction of two complex number is, we have to subtract the corresponding real and imaginary parts separately. So let us do that. 3 minus 4i, and here what I have done is I take this minus outside so that it will become minus of minus 1 into this becomes plus and this become minus 7i, and here minus into minus become plus. Here the corresponding real parts are this two, 3 plus 3, and the corresponding imaginary parts minus 4i minus 7i. So you just do it together, minus 4 minus 7. From these two terms I took that I common. So it will end up with minus 4 and minus 7. So 3 plus 3 will be 6, minus 4 minus 7 will be minus 11, and that can be rewrite as 6 minus 11i, and that gives subtraction of these two complex numbers z1 minus z2 is equal to what? 6 minus 11i. Next, one more example that here. What should be added to I to obtain 5 plus 4i? So we should add some complex number to get 5 plus 4i. Something we have to add to I, then only we can able to get 5 plus 4i. Let us say for this I'll take z is equal to a plus bi, and that should be added to I to get 5 plus 4i. Therefore, we can write that we added a plus bi with I, and that is equal to 5 plus 4i, equality of complex number. Then this can be solved as, this is imaginary part, right? What is it? This is a imaginary, and here a plus bi, this is imaginary, so we have to add imaginaries. From this term and this term, this can be written as 1 into I plus a plus bi, okay? See, from these two terms, I can take I. If you take I, I'll end up with b plus 1. So this can be rewrite as a plus, if you take I common, b plus 1 is equal to 5 plus 4i. Now this is equality of complex number. In equality of complex number is what you can do is we can equate the real parts and imaginary parts on both sides. Here, equating the real parts and imaginary parts, then we can have, see here real part is, this is a complex number, okay? This is a complex number, and here real part is a and imaginary part is b plus 1, and the other side 5 is a real number, 4 is a imaginary. 5 is a real part and 4 is a imaginary part. Then if you equate, so you will get a is equal to 5, since this is a real part and here is real part, so we can equate. And here b plus 1 is the imaginary part, 4 is the imaginary part, so that I can equate b plus 1 is equal to 4. If you do so, b is equal to what? 4 minus 1, therefore b is equal to what? 3. Now we got what are the values of a and b. So we can add, what we should add it now? We can add 5 plus 3i to I to obtain 5 plus 4i. Understand? See, if you add 5 plus 3i to I, you will get what? 5 plus 4i. That gives the solution. Next, next we are going to discuss about properties of a complex number with respect to addition. First property here, closure. The closure property says that the sum of two complex number will be always a complex number. If you add complex number or if you subtract two complex number, it will be a complex number provided a is not equal to 0, b is not equal to 0, or b should not be equal to 0. A can be equal to 0. Yeah. Here I consider that z1 is equal to a1 plus b1i and z2 is equal to a2 plus b2i. Here a1, a2, b1, b2 are real numbers. Now let us consider z1 plus z2. If z1 plus z2 is equal to, yeah, what is z1? z1 is a1 plus b1i plus z2 is a2 plus b2i. Now as we know that addition of complex number, you add the corresponding real and imaginary parts separately. A1 plus A2, B1i and B2i, I is I have added as B1 plus B2 times of I, which is again a complex number, understand. This is a real part and b1 plus b2 is imaginary part. This represent a complex number. Hence closure lies holds good in addition of complex number. Next we have another property. Second property is commutative. In commutative property, z1 and z2 are two complex numbers. Then z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1. Say in case of real numbers, what we can say, 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. Understand? In the same way, in case of complex number also we can say that if z1 and z2 are two complex number, then its commutative property can be written as z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1. Let us see this. Let us consider here z1 is equal to a1 plus b1i and z2 is equal to a2 plus b2i. Now let us consider z1 plus z2 is equal to z1 is a1 plus b1i plus z2 is a2 plus b2i. Now you add it, add the corresponding real parts and imaginary parts. So you will get a1 plus a2 plus b1 plus b2 times I. And here I have written commutative property of real numbers. Say here a1 plus a2 can be, I told that a1, a2, b1, b2 are real number. Say here a1 plus a2 can be written as a2 plus a1, as we say 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. And here also the same thing. b1 plus b2 can be written as b2 plus b1, that is a commutative property of real numbers. And now we can group these two, which are those, we can this term and this term, that is b2i. So a2 plus b2i plus, and again you can do this, you can group this one as well as this one. So a1 plus b1i. And what is a2 plus b2i? a2 plus b2i is nothing but z2 and a1 plus b1i is equal to z1. What do you have on LHS side? That is z1 plus z2. Hence we conclude that z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1. So this proves the commutative of complex number. Hence addition of complex number is holds good. Hence we can say that z1 plus z2 is equal to z2 plus z1, which is a commutative. Okay. Next we have a third property, which is associative. Here I have taken three complex numbers, say z1 is equal to a1 plus b1i and z2 is equal to a2 plus b2i, z3 is equal to a3 plus b3i are the three complex numbers. Then we can say that z1 plus of z2 plus z3 is equal to z1 plus z2 plus z3. Then we have to prove this statement. What is that? Yeah. So we have to consider the LHS and we end up with RHS. Here the LHS z1 plus z2 plus z3 can be written as, what is z1? z1 is a1 plus b1i and z2 is a2 plus b2i and z plus z3 is a3 plus b3i. You can look at this. So we have we have written z1, z2 plus z2 together. So it will be equal to, now we have to arrange this in the form of z1 plus z2 of plus z3. This is what we have to do. So now what you can do is, so now I group the real part and imaginary part separately. So a1, a2, a3 are the real parts, as b1, b2, b3 are the imaginary parts. I grouped them. So now it will be, now we have to rearrange it. Yeah. So a1 plus a2 plus b1 plus b2i, we have grouped it, and plus a3 plus b3i. and this can be written as, see, these two can be written as A1 and B1I. I is multiplied with B1 as well as B2. So I grouped it in such a way that, so that we have to get Z1 plus Z2. So now what is this? A1 plus B1I, and same way what you can do is you can group these two together, A2 plus B2I, and this A3 plus B3I as it is. Now I can replace A1 plus B1I Z1 plus this together, okay. So now A2 plus B2I as Z2 and A3 plus B3 is nothing but Z3. So hence we can say that the associative property of complex number holds good over addition. And the next property is existence of additive identity. In case of real numbers, say 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. That means something we have to add it to z. After addition, you will get the z again. Z here is a plus bi. See, to explain the existence of additive identity is 0, as we know that, and that can be explained as z is equal to a plus bi. This is a complex number, and there exists another number, say 0 plus 0i, which is actually the additive identity of complex number. So now a plus bi plus 0 plus 0i, which is equal to, and if you see, this is the real part and this is the imaginary part. If you add it together, you will end up with a plus bi itself. Therefore, we can say that 0 plus 0i is called additive identity for a plus bi. Next property is existence of inverse. For a complex number, a plus bi, there exists a unique complex number minus a minus bi such that if you add together this with that, a plus bi plus minus a minus bi, you will get a minus a, it will be 0, plus b minus b, it will be 0. Okay, so 0 times I. So we can say that minus a minus bi is called the additive inverse of a plus bi. In general, additive inverse of a complex number is obtained changing the sign of real and imaginary parts. Say for example, minus a minus ib. So this is a complex number. What is its additive inverse of this complex number? You just change its sign of real part as well as imaginary part. See here, what is the real part here? Minus a. The sign is minus here. So I have to change as plus a. And what is the imaginary part? Minus b. I have to change its sign, minus as plus. So which is plus b. I'm telling that in reverse way. Understand? So here the additive inverse of a plus bi is minus a minus bi. In the same way, we can say that the additive inverse of minus a minus bi is a plus ib. If you add these two together, you will get 0. And if you get 0, then one of the number will be a additive inverse. Okay, additive inverse of a complex number. And this completes properties of complex number over addition. And in the next session, we are going to solve problems. Till then, Sarah.